What is up, everybody? Happy Tuesday.
How's everyone doing?
Hope you guys are doing well. We're back again. Thank you so much for joining us. Those of you who were here last week, you know the drill, but if you were if you were unable to be with us last week, this is Dork Discourse, which I can't say that with a straight face. I'm
Dork
so
Discourse.
not serious about it, but this is a weekly stream that Tom and I wanted to introduce to the channel and try out. We would love to do it every single week. We had fun last week discussing who we thought was most likely to cameo in the Book of Boba Fett, and so we asked you guys very last minute today what we should talk about. So yeah, we're not necessarily here to debate or discuss in argumentative ways like we partially did last week.
No, it's going to end in a debate because we're going to list out.
Oh yes,
We're going to list out stuff we're most excited for, and then we're going to have to pick our favorite. We're going to have to choose.
Yeah.
So we could put a poll up and have chat, like have you guys interact and vote on what you're most looking forward to.
That would be fun. Yes, gotta give a shout out. Tom is the hype. I agree, Charlie. I agree. Also, wait, did you say it is Colin's birthday? Or
Yeah, I think I saw it's Colin's birthday.
Colin, if you're here, happy birthday, my friend.
Happy birthday.
Yes, that's awesome. Thanks for being here. If it literally is your birthday, I appreciate it. Feel free to call us out if it's not actually your birthday, or you can just absorb it and pretend it is.
No, I saw Alice and Charlie were wishing someone a happy birthday, and I thought I tracked it back to Colin.
Oh, nice. Yes, it is Colin's birthday.
Sweet.
Happy birthday.
Enjoy it.
Yes, thanks for spending it a little bit with us. I'm literally so honored. Well, I also got to give a shout out to Aden, who left a comment recommending tonight's topic. Cat is the hype too. Thank you, Sean. But yes, I asked you guys very last minute today to drop some discussion recommendations or topics that we could chat about this evening, and Aiden left a great recommendation, which was talking either about our highlights from film and TV of 2021, stuff that we enjoyed the most, or tonight's topic, which is going to be film and television content that we are most looking forward to in 2022. And this year has been on the horizon, obviously, but I have marked this year in particular as like the year for us nerds. Like, this is our year, you guys.
Yeah.
There is so much in the pipeline, and honestly, with all of the just like stuff that happened with 2021, like I always just kept saying to myself, like 2022, like just wait, because we are gonna have an influx of content and we're not even gonna know what to do with ourselves. So that's what we wanted to talk about tonight. And we, of course, I want this to be like super interactive. Like there's so much to discuss, and I would love to hear from you guys what content in particular you're looking forward to. But yes, after we kind of talk about that and discuss some of the excitement and the projects that are in the pipeline, we are going to challenge ourselves to pick only one film or television release that is taking place this year that we could live with. If we had to get rid of all of the others, what is the one that we would choose to be the last one standing? No. So, gotta give a shout out to Barb. She's in the chat.
Or
yes, she got the notification this time. I know she was here last time.
Yeah, she was here last time.
But yeah, without further ado, we're gonna
start?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let me check my notes quick.
Of course. Also, yes, notice it's 2 weeks in a row that Tom's got the suit jacket on. He means business, even though we're not fully debating this evening.
More note here. Kenobi. All right, well, that was a good stream. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. Yeah, talk to you guys later. See you next week.
Oh my gosh. Did you just give away your secret? He's got basketball shorts underneath, suit jacket on the top. He's got the zoom look.
No, I'm just kidding.
Are you guys excited to see the Obi-Wan Kenobi series coming out this year? Yes, 1,000%. I think that's maybe like the biggest highlight on the horizon, even though I'm predicting it's got to be... Celebration's taking place in April, correct? Late April? May. I thought it was April. Is it later May or early May?
I don't know.
I could have sworn it was like the last week of April. Somebody confirm. Maybe Tom's right, and maybe I'm just wrong, because they did reschedule it and everything, so my brain could just be scrambled. The Stanley says it perfectly. Kenobi!
Yeah. I mean, seriously, for me, there's one answer. And it's gotta be Kenobi.
No. I'm struggling because this, like I said, we have every franchise happening this year. First of all, we have Kenobi. We've got the Batman, which I have been freaking looking forward to ever since they dropped that first trailer. Like, I truly think that they are not messing around with that film. And I'm predicting now that it is going to rival The Dark Knight in terms of the grit and the darker tone. And I just love superhero movies that don't hold back. Plus, that cast looks incredible. All of the marketing that they've released looks phenomenal. And so I am so excited for that film. I feel like that's the only movie, though. I tried to think beforehand. I could name like 5 TV shows right now that I'm excited for that are coming out this year. I can only think of the Batman in terms of films.
No.
Throw out some others that you know of, guys. But I feel like in terms of Marvel, they had so much in the pipeline that came out in 2021. I don't know if there's anything in terms of Marvel aside from perhaps the shows. Obviously, what is it, Moon Knight? That the trailer just came out. I didn't realize that was happening this year.
Yeah, the trailer was good. It looked surprisingly dark.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Moon Knight from the comics. Like, literally know nothing about him. But it looks dark. Looks cool.
Are we kidding?
But is it the level of the Batman, which is still way, way, way below Kenobi? No.
Oh, come on. No. Come on.
No. Like, yeah, am I excited for Batman? Absolutely, I'm excited for Batman. All the trailers look awesome. Robert Pattinson looks surprisingly awesome as Batman. The story looks dark and intriguing, and yeah, I mean, I love Batman, so I'm super excited for that. But Kenobi?
Okay, yes.
Like,
I know.
Are you kidding me?
We're not arguing yet. We're just discussing.
How many Batman have there been? Like 15? 15 Batman. Justin Bieber's going to be the next Batman.
How many Batman do we need? Yeah, but this one's going to be different.
It's one story. Star Wars is one story. There's been 25 Batman. There is one Ewan McGregor.
Yes.
An Obi-Wan. And one Hayden Christensen. Anakin Darth Vader.
Yes.
It's got to be Kenobi.
Everyone is correcting me. Across the Spider-Verse is coming out. I think I pushed that one. Oh my gosh, Wolf Bane, welcome to the master level.
Shout out
Thank
Wolf.
you for joining. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I feel like this is the first time we've ever gotten a member notification during a stream. So welcome. Yeah. I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you. But yeah, I remember watching the Spider-Verse trailer and saw that it's coming out like later this year, right? Like October. So I think I just like pushed that to the back of my mind. I was like, okay, forget about this, give it a couple months, and then you can get hype again. That's what I have to do in order to not just be like fixating on things for months until they come out.
Yeah.
But
Dropout has a great point.
Dropout, Maddie.
Yeah, because he's talking about there's one story for Star Wars and Kenobi. Like, they only have one shot for Kenobi. But for Batman, they literally just go into the casting call for the next movie if Batman bombs, and they just make another Batman movie.
That's what's making me have trepidations, though, about Kenobi. There is so much... The stakes, in terms of, like, the fandom and the storyline, are so high. Yeah. Like, there is not room for them. Like, the quarrels that have already been taking place currently over Book of Boba Fett, which I have been enjoying for the most part. Like, I think this show is great, yet I still see people on Twitter every day voicing opposing viewpoints, which is perfectly fine. But, like, I feel like this show is super good, and it's still getting ridiculed and, like, picked apart.
Yeah.
Like, there's no room for that with Kenobi. Like, and everyone is especially going to have a heightened sense of critique. Like, everyone's going to be especially critical and thoroughly judging this show because that's how much pressure there is for it to, like, it needs to just, there's no room for, like, it to have any filler, any, like, boring episodes. I feel like it just needs to be consecutive amazingness. Like,
oh, I agree.
that's what I'm hesitant about. Like, I'm so excited, but I am scared about, we're such a fragile fandom, and we're all mutually hyped for this, and I feel like this could be so unifying, which is why there's no room for, like, it has got to just be amazing.
There's no room for 15-mile-an-hour Power Ranger Vespa chases through Mos Espa.
Stop! Stop!
Alice made a good point.
Yes.
Morbius is supposed to come out, and then also the new Doctor Strange movie. So.
Oh my gosh, that's right. Okay, so Marvel does have stuff in the pipeline.
I mean, Morbius looks awesome.
Morbius looks really good. As
really
I've said, I'm excited to see Jared Leto in the Marvel universe. I think that's going to be fun.
Yeah, and then Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Natalie Portman making a comeback.
That one's been in development for like ever. Oh, I'm excited for that. Okay, so never mind. We have the typical. I was surprised hearing myself say, like, do we have anything Marvel in store? But because there's always something Marvel, I feel like.
There is one show that we haven't talked about yet that is definitely near the top of the list.
I know what you're going to say.
And it comes out in September. And that is the Lord of the Rings show.
Yes, 1,000%.
On Amazon. Mm-hmm. That has to be top of the list.
Oh, that's like, that's equivalent to Kenobi for me. Because we're in a place with Star Wars right now where I'm going to reiterate, who was it? Drop Out Maddie's point. If you don't like it, you can just take it or leave it with Star Wars. And it's been alive and going, and we know that there's so much on the horizon and so much in the pipeline and so much in development. The Lord of the Rings, dormant for years. We finally get this show. Like, it's been in development for what, like 3 years? Like, I feel like we've been waiting for this series for so long. And I don't know if it's already been confirmed that there will be a sequel, if this is a one-time thing. I haven't looked much into, like, the fate of this show and if it's going to lead to more projects. But, like, Star Wars is, like, pumping out content right now. And yes, I want Kenobi to be good, but at the same time, I know that there's going to be Andor, Acolyte, Ahsoka show, however many more seasons of Mandalorian, Bad Batch, animated Darth Maul show, several different films on the horizon. Like, I can name 5 different projects for Star Wars. With Lord of the Rings, it's like this show and I've heard of nothing else. It's like, it has already taken them so long to just get this going, which I feel like is a good sign. Like, they are...
Yeah, I mean, it's the most expensive show of all time.
Yeah, that's right.
So
it's like billions of dollars, right?
It's not billions of dollars.
I thought it came close. No, never mind. Never mind. It's several million. Many millions.
Several hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the thing with Lord of the Rings for me is that yes, there are 2 trilogies, as much as Catherine does not want to acknowledge the Hobbit trilogy.
I've come around. I like the Hobbit.
But within the 6 movies that have been made, the span of time relative to the books that it covers is very small, right? Like, I mean, you go from the first Hobbit and, Bilbo and his first adventures, and then it's what, 60 years later?
Yeah.
And then it's Lord of the Rings. And so, yeah, it's a huge jump in time. Mm-hmm. But then, like, all the other lore and stuff, which, is in the books and through games and all this other stuff for Lord of the Rings, like, there's an insane amount of lore. Like, it's hard for me to get as excited for the show, for the Lord of the Rings show, because, like, I personally don't know much of the lore outside of, the time period of The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings movies. But
we at least know it's going to be an exciting time. I mean,
it's way before, Elrond's going to be involved, right?
Yeah.
That thing. So Elrond's, like, my favorite Lord of the Rings.
He's going to be young. Yeah. He's going to be in his prime. It's, as the Stanley said, it is rumored to be set in the Second Age. Forging of the Rings, which is, like, one of the peak... If you're going to make a prequel series, make it about that. Like, for Lord of the Rings. So...
Yeah, I mean... Like, the biggest downside for me is that between the 6 movies, you only see like Sauron in the flesh.
Yeah.
And that's very fine print in the flesh in the 3rd Hobbit movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if they go into like Sauron's coming and, you know, like forging the rings, and like you see like the build up to the battle in Mordor and Isildur and all that stuff. Like, if it's all around that time period, like, I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
No, I have high hopes for that show. So that's one of the higher ranked ones. Never got into the Lord of the Rings or Hobbit, just not for me. That's all right, Aiden. I know it's not for everybody.
No. Aiden, have you tried or have you not tried? I'm curious.
Young Isildur was confirmed. Oh, let's go.
All right, Chris.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I didn't really look that much into casting or rumors, and I feel like it has been very secretive and under wraps. Like, I think they released just a little bit of casting.
I don't even know. I mean, all I've seen is that one screenshot they released.
Yeah.
And is that Rivendell, or is that? It kind of looks like Minas Tirith, but the surrounding area isn't desert. It's like green and grassy. But I can't tell if it's Rivendell or Minas Tirith, or if it's someplace entirely new. So if anyone knows, let us know. But
somebody said a while back though that the Lord of the Rings budget like dwarfs Game of Thrones. Yeah, and that's the other one I'm excited about. We're getting House of the Dragon this year, correct? Yes. I think that's also coming later this year.
Yeah, but if we're talking about what are you most excited for, that one's like, I'm more excited for.
I think you're saying that because of the
watching
way
the 2-hour cut of Lego Star Wars on YouTube.
You still have
watching the House of the Dragon.
a bad taste in your mouth over Game of Thrones.
So this is about what are you most excited for?
No, I'm excited because I feel like this could redeem Game of Thrones. I've said this, like, Game of Thrones, nothing compares. There's plenty of good television shows that are equivalent to, if not better than, Game of Thrones. But in terms of the way that show makes you feel, and the drama and the energy and the stakes and like the fantasy, like nothing compares to that world. It's in its own league in terms of the action and drama that takes place in that show, and the relationships like of the characters and the enemies. Like, there's just something about it that you don't get in other fantasy shows. Like, I really thought The Witcher would fill that void in me, and it did when I watched Witcher season 1 after Game of Thrones ended. But it didn't even come close to just the way that show gets you to be so attached to people and then kills them off the next episode. But you just keep watching. Like, no other show is like that in terms of just completely shocking you. So that's why I'm hyped for House of the Dragon if it continues in that vein, because it's a fresh slate and it's focusing, similar to Lord of the Rings, on a time period that everybody wants to see, which is the peak of the Targaryen.
Yeah, and Chris makes a good point. You know, he says that the story is already complete and written, so it's not the writers going against what George R.R. Martin has in his head.
Yes.
And they're working with the complete story and they're bringing it to life. So that does have it going for it.
Yeah.
However, someone also said The Last of Us show.
Is that happening this year?
I don't know.
I feel like they're still filming.
I don't know.
I don't think we're gonna get that till 23.
I don't know. Last of Us. I think the Last of Us casting is very the first Avatar: The Last Airbender live action movie level
Stop!
casting.
How could you say that? Pedro's in it.
But he doesn't look anything like Joel.
I really think that he does.
Yeah, I think he's gonna play the role really well. Like, he's a killer actor. Like, he's gonna crush the role. But when I see Pedro, I don't see Joel.
No, but I knew from the start.
And Bella Ramsey is worse. Bella Ramsey does not look anything like Ellie. Nothing like that.
I kind of knew from the start that these are made up characters. They're not based on real people. So I knew it was going to be hard to find. I feel like in video games, unless the actor is for Jedi Fallen Order, you have Cal Kestis, who's played by Cameron Monaghan, an existing human being.
Cameron Monaghan would look exactly like a live action Cal Kestis.
Yeah, I'm saying. Last of Us is supposed to happen in 2022? Okay, late this year. Yeah, that makes sense because they're still filming. They were that show's been planning on filming for like 8, I think they had 8 months of filming that they were going to have to do. Which is understandable. I'm really excited to just see. I mean, I'm scared for this show because I was terrified of the game. Like, this show's gonna be dark. This show is, like, not gonna be for the faint of heart. And if there are, like, jump scares with the clickers, like, I'm not gonna be able to handle that. But I'm excited to see the clickers, like, come to life.
I mean, that's gonna be...
Yeah.
I'm super excited to see, like, that story in live action, because the story is so good. I mean, I think it's my favorite single-player video game of all time.
Oh, I would say.
It's up there. I mean, it is so good. Like, I remember playing that for the first time, and I'm like, wow, this game is... I've never played a game like this.
Yeah.
And even the second game, for as much hate as it's gotten, and they make you play as the person you hate most for half of the game. Like,
yeah.
Even the second game, like, the story was still... Like, it was
great.
It was insane. Nick goes, Thomas, we don't talk about the last Airbender movie.
True. The movie that shall not be named.
Yeah, Gamer Overtime goes ruining the first game for the second time. Talking about the Last of Us movie and Last of Us 2 both ruining the first game.
Oh.
It's like, if The Last of Us 2 sucks and the show or the movie sucks, then, like, it's two instances of ruining the game.
The Avatar movie didn't ruin the show. It's like you just forget about it and you move on.
Well, because it's that out there.
Yeah.
Like, The Last of Us 2 is a direct sequel, and they did some things that are definitely real controversial in that second game, and it's like directly related to the first one.
But I love, at least, as much as I disrespected some of the events that transpired in the second gameplay, I can always see where they're coming from. Like, they have such a moral to their games, which is like, even in the end of the world, even in the apocalypse, like post-apocalyptic, where humanity is overrun, like, people still can't unify. Like, people are more against each other than they were pre-zombified planet, which I think is, I love the morals of their games. So
yeah. Aiden, you think Last of Us 2 is better than the first one? I think I think the gameplay in the second one is better than the first one.
Oh, I agree.
There's so many more game mechanics in the second one, and the second one I think is harder.
Yeah.
Like, the second one is longer, and there's some seriously tough parts in the second one. So I think the gameplay in the second one is definitely better.
Yeah. Julian, thank you so much. Hey, Ken, I'm waiting for the Star Wars movie with Keanu Reeves. Yes! That George Lucas pitched to him playing a powerful Sith. Keanu said he would play a Sith, and he would do it well.
That would be sick.
He wouldn't even have to try. It would be legendary. Oh my god. I feel like we can manifest this. Like, if we as a fandom just speak it into the ether long enough, we will see Keanu Reeves. And I hope it's a surprise. Like, okay, I guess that would be hard if he had his entire own show. They maybe couldn't conceal the casting of Keanu Reeves. But if he had a surprise cameo or something, I can't imagine the way people would absolutely flip out. The Halo TV show. Yes, there's so much stuff. I can't even remember all this. The Halo television show is coming out.
There's Halo TV show?
Why are you dressed like rich people? This is Tom's look. For
rich people?
The stream. Well, you look like a lawyer right now.
This suit is not very expensive. I promise. If I was rich, I'd have my Rolex right here, and I have my Rolls Royce out in the parking lot. But neither of those.
All the
are
rolls. And I'm just wearing a sweatshirt, so.
Yeah, this is just business.
But I'm trying to think. So we covered Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, Kenobi, obviously. The Batman, Into the Spider-Verse. I saw a lot for Cobra Kai Season 5. I am so glad that that's coming out this year. Thank goodness. Because Season 4, I think, ended I would say other seasons ended on bigger cliffhangers, but this one had a massive cliffhanger, I feel like. So I'm excited for the next season. Is season 5 going to be the last? People who know more than I do, let me know if... I thought... I knew they got confirmed for season 5, but did they also get confirmed for season 6? Or season 5 going to be the finale? I kind of hope it's the end because I feel like they're running out of places to go. I don't know. The way that that storyline, they can just keep twisting and shaping it. I mean, I guess it really could go on forever because there's always a twist up their sleeves. But I feel like we're nearing a resolution. Season 6 is already confirmed. Never mind. So these kids are going to be in college by the time this show is over.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for that. I have to say, Peaky Blinders season 6 also coming out February. I'm excited for that. Tom and Kat, what about the latest Jurassic World movie coming in June? Here's the thing. I never even watched the second one. Have you even watched any of the Jurassic Worlds?
Yeah.
I never watched the second one.
I don't know if I have either.
Dominion? Is that the second one?
Honestly,
I don't even know.
I don't know. The first one was good.
I did like the first one. I don't know why I never watched the second one. I still need to watch the original Jurassic Parks, so that's how bad I am. Bad Batch Season 2 also coming out this year.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about the other Star Wars show besides Kenobi. I mean, this year it's, we got Boba right now, Kenobi, Mando, and Bad Batch. I believe are the 4.
Yes.
Because Ahsoka's next year, and Acolyte is after that. I think. And so I think that, honestly, I mean, Kenobi's on a league of its own. Kenobi's up there, so we've already covered that. But like between Andor and Mando 3, I'm excited for Mando 3 because obviously the way season 2 ended was awesome. And like literally, end of season 2, you're literally left speechless, like in tears. And so obviously you want to see that play out.
Yeah.
But Andor is a like mature spy thriller set in the beginnings of the rebellion in the dark times. Mm-hmm. Which is also very, very intriguing.
And it's going to be different.
Yeah. Yeah. And so Andor is, I think, like in terms of excitement, like when I think of excitement, it's like, where do we leave last off directly before what's going to come next? And so for Andor, or let's say for Mando season 3, we came off of Mando season 2, which is great. So I'm really excited for Mando season 3. Bad Batch season 1, for me, like, whatever. So Bad Batch season 2, I'm going to watch it, but it's not, like, I'm not anxious for it. It's the same with the, like, House of the Dragon and the Lord of the Rings, but Lord of the Rings I'm way more excited for than House of the Dragon, where it's like, they're both prequels, and so we don't really know much about them, so it's like, yeah, I'm excited to watch it, but, like, in anticipation for it, it's not on the same level as, like, Kenobi, which Kenobi is a direct sequel to Revenge of the Sith, which is my favorite movie ever created in human history. And so the anticipation for Kenobi is just unrivaled. And then technically you could say, like, the prequel to Andor is also Revenge of the Sith. And it's in that same time period. So Andor, like, really, really looking forward to.
Yeah, I just think that Andor is going to be a breath of fresh air, because as much as I love Book of Boba Fett, I have to agree with what Theory and Josh were discussing a couple weeks ago on Nerd Theory. They were saying that Tatooine has kind of become, like, the desert planet, like, kind of trope has become kind of baseline in Star Wars, and I'm a little bit sick of that. Like, I want to go... I feel like Andor is going to bring us to new planets, like, new characters. Like, I'm in a place, as much as I love and welcome cameos, I want to see new characters.
Yeah.
Andor's the perfect show for that. Also, K2SO is just like one of the greatest characters ever, so I'm hyped for that. Oh, TMoney's piecing out. Thanks for being here. Sorry you've got to wake up so early, but I guess the semester has restarted for a lot of you who are in school. So I appreciate you being here if you have work to be doing or if you've got to wake up early.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. Have a good week.
But yeah, I think Andor. I'm excited also just because Diego Luna, like his performance in Rogue One was incredible. Like he's just a phenomenal actor in general as well. So I think I'm honestly a little more excited about Andor than I had previously been about Book of Boba Fett. Like honestly.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Kenobi.
No. Yeah, the look on your face. Yeah, no, Book of Boba Fett, I was hype for, but I didn't really like know what to expect, and that kind of left me like not that. Like, I don't know. It's hard for me to get passionate when I don't know what to expect. Versus Andor, like I'm just excited because I feel like that's gonna be such a breath of fresh air for the fandom. Like it's gonna be good. Is that coming this year too?
What?
Andor, or is that next year?
Andor's this year.
What is the timeline?
Andor, we don't know the timeline. You know, Book of Boba.
They gotta start releasing trailers.
Book of Boba. I think
Boba ends.
I think Kenobi. I think
out.
it could be Book of Boba, Bad Batch, Kenobi, Andor, Mando 3. That's my guest order.
Is Mando 3 still gonna be on track though? Because didn't they have to halt production?
They did. I think it's gonna be Boba, where it's like end of this year, into next year. Yeah, Nick, that's a great point. If we see real clone trooper armor in Kenobi, the clone armor in Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith, if you don't know, was all CG. There was no real actual clone armor. It was all CG. Mm-hmm. So I mean, there is going to be Clone Wars flashbacks in Kenobi. I feel like there may have been leaks.
Maybe even like, Revenge of the Sith.
I guarantee. Yeah, that's still in the time of the Clone Wars. So Nick, I think that's a solid guess. I think that we are going to see real clone armor in Kenobi.
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, I know, I don't know if we've talked about it, but people have talked about this. If we get a flashback scene from Anakin raiding the Jedi Temple, I mean, I'm just gonna evaporate. I'm just gonna like, I don't even know. Like, I mean that like flashbacks and getting extra meat of Order 66 and like Anakin transforming into Vader and embracing the dark side. Like, come on. I mean,
yeah.
Just unreal.
I'm really curious seeing. I've seen several comments about Avatar 2. Is that actually happening? Is this finally happening? Because I think this movie has literally been rumored to come out for like the past like 12 years. Like whenever I hear about Avatar films, I'm like, that's not happening. Because I've just programmed my brain to think that, like, I feel like every single year there's always been Avatars coming out. The next Avatar movie's in development. I'm like, when? Where? Is it finally happening? Because if so, I'm hyped for that. Going to see like the first Avatar in theaters was one of like the most incredible experiences ever. Like, in terms of going to the movies.
Yeah.
I feel like that movie was revolutionary when it comes to like the CGI and stuff. And I just remember seeing it in 3D, and I think that was one of the first films I'd ever seen in 3D, and it was just like life altering.
Yeah.
We didn't even
unrated view of the temple raid. Absolutely.
Oh gosh.
Drop out. Yes, I'm trying to keep it PG because I mean, talking about that, like, just so revved up right now. Like, I gotta keep my mouth shut, otherwise I'm gonna start spewing stuff and get called out for it.
We can have an entirely separate, maybe as like Kenobi approaches, or whenever we get a trailer, we can have a whole episode dedicated to just fangirling and predictions and whatnot. And that's the thing, though. It's like everyone wants this show to be dark and more serious, and I'm curious about how they are going to dance around that with a family-friendly rating. And
it's going to be TVMA, baby.
No, it's not.
TVMA.
They would not do that. I would have hoped that they would have done that for Book of Boba.
They're not going to do it.
And I feel like they're
not going to do it.
That's the hindrance of, what is it rated? TVPG, TV-14 or something like that? Like,
yeah, I mean, TV-14 is fine. You can still have killer, gruesome action scenes in TV-14.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't, I mean, there's not going to be blood anyway. Like, we don't need to see blood in Kenobi.
I don't want to see blood.
But, I mean, how do they rate Anakin slaughtering hundreds of individuals and possibly children? Is that TV-14? Is that TVMA?
I mean, if we got that, I don't know. Alice made a good point about Lightyear. I forgot about that one. I'm curious about that. I didn't even know that was going to be a thing, and then I feel like they just dropped the trailer. And
the Buzz Lightyear?
Yeah, with
looks cool.
Chris Evans.
Yeah, it looks cool.
We should go see it. Yeah. You like outer space.
I do.
So, yeah. Pick a day. We need to have an 18+ stream. Let you two speak unfiltered. Well, if you guys were here, if some of you were here for my, I think it was a Force Unleashed. No, Jedi Fallen Order. No, it was Battlefront stream. That I was finishing dinner and Tom started the stream because we were running late. So I was like, Tom, just go on stream and hold them over for like the first 5 minutes. And not even like 2 minutes through, and he's already dropping. Yeah, just dropping curse words.
Online multiplayer just, really takes over your brain, and you just can't help whatever comes out of your mouth.
Yes.
What stays in the game chat stays in the game chat.
Do we want
what happens in the game chat stays in the game chat.
With 20-ish minutes left, we want to move on to our funnel, the segment, and we want to hear from you guys in this too. The proposition that we can only pick one project from this year, 2022. Everything else is void, and we can only have that one thing to watch. Already, I know what you're going to pick.
Yeah, okay. So I think everyone in here is in agreement that Kenobi's at the top of the list. So I'm going to do a first poll. I'm going to do a first poll. And everyone can vote on this poll. And then after this poll, we'll create a second poll with other options. And then we can get more
to pick runners
of a second place. But we're going to put this poll out there just to make sure that we're all on the same page.
Okay.
Because I don't want to project my anticipation for Kenobi or your anticipation for Kenobi on everyone else. So let's finish this poll.
I'm glad you're letting them speak for themselves.
Yeah.
Film? Oh, film/TV. Sean already says, yep, I'm in agreement with that.
Oh. All right, community. Go ahead and vote. Dave says, Tom, let's throw this out. Mace Windu appearing in Book of Boba Fett. What say you? Who wants this?
Oh, Dave, were you here last week?
Yeah, Dave, this is what we talked about last week. And maybe Dave
you can talk about it. You can talk about it.
But,
because we talked more over this week.
Yeah. And there's one other point I thought of, actually, after the stream was over.
Oh, no.
And, I forget what it is now.
Oh, that's not good.
No. I forget what it is, but I thought of something else. And I can't remember it now. But yeah, basically, I mean, to summarize last week, like, in terms of story for Boba Fett, what better way to end his standoff show than to confront his dad's killer? Right? Like, from a story perspective, that's, really intriguing and really great. But from a logistical perspective, how on earth is Mace Windu alive in the time frame of Book of Boba?
Bye, Colin. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Colin.
Thank you for being here.
In terms of Mace showing up randomly, like 30 years later, I mean, the logistics would need a lot of explaining to do, but from a story perspective, it would be awesome.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Kenobi's got the resounding.
Yeah. Okay.
Three quarters of the.
Okay.
Of
23 votes. Okay, so we still have like 12 people who are watching who haven't voted.
Well, I don't know if the poll stays in one spot or if they would have to scroll back for it.
No, it does. It stays floating above the chat. Like
okay.
Yeah, so everyone can see the chat.
Yeah.
For the whole time.
Well, I just think I would want to not only see Kenobi, or this was my argument with Ahsoka, because that's more probable. You don't have to resurrect a whole new character, like already Bo-Katan and Boba have been resurrected. And the reason I thought Ahsoka would be plausible and why I would want her in the show is for that same purpose, like have a Jedi. Because I feel like they're leading us somewhere, like they're focusing so much on Boba being merciful, being the good guy, and I want to see him snap. I think we all want to see him snap a little bit, and I feel like they're building it to him becoming an anti-hero, or him learning that mercy doesn't work, and then in the crime world, like you can't rewrite the rules of the crime world within Star Wars. Like it is a dark place where bad things happen. And I think Boba's trying to do that, and it's not realistic. So I feel like something has to trigger him or flip that switch in his brain, and a Jedi appearance would be an event that would have him snap back into his normal, heated, angry, just killer bounty hunter mindset. Like, unless he's magically changed his thoughts about that.
Yeah.
But I feel like if a Jedi were to appear, he's not expecting it. The Jedi are allegedly extinct. It's been a hot minute since anyone's probably seen one. If a Jedi were to just bust out of nowhere, surprise him, if it's somebody that we happen to know, even better. But I feel like that can be a principal event that onsets the transformation that we all want to see, which is him de-transforming from this nice guy into the anti-hero, or you know, not necessarily this merciful protagonist that he currently is. So we're literally rehashing the same discussion that we had last week, but
okay.
It's okay.
All right. So we got 3/4 majority saying that Kenobi over everything else. So we will consider Kenobi is far and away the most anticipated project. So now we'll put up a poll for some of the runner-ups with the same prompt. Can I copy that? Yes, I can. All right. Okay, so we got
Loader,
Batman,
the Batman, House of the
Andor.
Dragon, Andor.
Oh yeah, Capsule. Dragon.
Are we missing anything? Cobra Kai. Can you add more? Oh, that's it. You can only add 4. Well, those are the other 3 big ones. Other 3, and then yeah, do those.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking Mando season 3 is not going to actually happen this year.
No, especially if it's already allegedly been halted production.
Yeah.
So that's just
Okay.
These next 4. We could only pick 4 slots. In a perfect world, we would have had more options. Is it even going to post?
Yeah, it just takes a sec. The last one took a couple seconds.
Cobra Kai never dies. Amen, Julian. Des already says House of the Dragon. Ooh, Alex, good point. The Flash movie. Crimson Collector, Moon Knight. Michael Keaton returns for the Batman. That would be cool. That would be quite the surprise. Aw, thank you so much, Dave. You're so kind.
Yes. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate
it. Mando season 3, late 2022. By late, I feel like it could be like similar to like what you said. Book of Boba started literal tail end of the year.
Yeah.
So that they could say it comes out in 2022, but really the majority of the show is airing in 23.
Yeah.
Cobra Kai and Kenobi, says Julian. What's happening currently? Can we
Yeah,
see
click
the whole...
on the Batman. Yeah, there you go.
Whoa, Batman is taking the lead. I did not expect that. Where's the Lord of the Rings love, guys?
We just don't know we don't know anything about it. We got one screenshot, and we know Elrond and
we know that it's
Isildur
gonna
could be in it.
epic.
Maybe Sauron. So like the Batman hype is peak right now.
That's a good point.
Yeah, they released the House of the Dragon trailer, so that's out. But like they have like one sizzle reel out for Andor. But like that's kind of it. Yeah, Michael Keaton Batman's gonna be in the Flash.
Oh, he's gonna be in the Flash. Yeah. I honestly haven't paid much attention to that, all that stuff that's been coming out, because I just see Josh getting angry sometimes on Twitter about like marketing for that show, and I'm just like, okay, I don't know. He does a lot of reactions to, like, the DC and Marvel and all these other shows that I'm not fully like invested in, so I just kind of like watch what his reactions are. And I judge based on that. So yeah, I just like look at his tweets with no context at all, and if he's like, "That looks amazing," then I'm like, okay, this is gonna be good.
Yeah. Yeah. Jay says Netflix Avatar: Last Airbender.
When is that happening though?
Which I don't know.
I think they're still casting. I think it's still in like pre-production.
They've released like the whole freaking cast already.
Yeah, but very interspersed.
No.
I feel like it took them the course of like several weeks, if not a couple months, to really narrow it down. What? Not to mention how long that show's gonna take. That's not an easy show to film.
Yeah.
It's gonna require a lot of like post-production, VFX.
Yeah, I'm still nervous for that show, because like the fact that the original creators walked out on that show
Oh, I forget
makes
about
me
that.
very hesitant to be excited for that show.
That's not.
If the creators walk out, like there's something that was done that made them say, you know what, we don't want this massive giant paycheck, because we don't want our names to be associated with this, because we don't like what's going on. That is enormous red flag.
Yeah.
It's like George Lucas, when he was trying to be involved in sequels, and he gave him a whole draft, and then they're like, oh no, like, we don't want to use your sequels, we're gonna do our own thing. And he's like, all right, well, I'm done, I'm out. Him walking out is like a big red flag, and him not showing up to the Rise of Skywalker premiere because he's so upset is a enormous red flag.
I based on what I had heard, what rumors, none of this, I can't confirm any of this, and I literally just only saw this via Twitter or like through the grapevine, but from what I had heard, they walked out because the production team wants to take the show in a more mature
Yeah, I think I saw that too.
vein. Like they're aging up some of the cast. Like Katara's gonna be what, like 16, 17? She's not gonna be like, I mean, how old are they? Like 13, 14, and
I mean, Aang's 12, I think.
yeah, like they're still younger teenagers. So that's what I had heard. They want there to be some more like older teenager content, which may, like, I can see why if the original Avatar, they're much younger characters, obviously. Like, oldest one is Zuko, and he's what, 16? So if everyone's getting aged up, I feel like it becomes a very different vibe. It's not like an early teenager show anymore. It's like late teens.
Yeah, but like, I mean,
drama.
like the Aang Katara love story was in the show from the very first episode.
Yeah, and apparently Aang is not getting aged up.
Like the original show wasn't necessarily mature, but it had like that love element.
You can have crushes.
Are they just, if they were just aging them up, strictly so they could like make out and it would make more sense, like, I don't think the creators would leave. I feel like there's some deeper reason why they walked out. Because if they were just like, oh, we want to age up the characters so we can have make out scenes, and it would feel more impactful because it's, you know, slightly older, more mature characters. I feel like that's not the only reason why they walked out.
Sal makes a good point. The cast does look really promising.
The cast looks awesome.
And also, he's right. Oh, whoops, I lost it. The creators are doing, like, they're expanding the Avatar universe. They're going off and doing their own thing. So that is going to be really good. Charlie, thank you so much. This is a free one for being a master. Oh, wait, you get to, I didn't even know that was a thing. You can super chat. You get, like, super chat credit for being a member? I don't know. But the only time I will super chat for here is emergency, or if you slip up on worthy. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Charlie. You got a shirt, and plenty of us think that. So think of that as a swear jar. Oh, thank you, Charlie. You're too funny. I didn't know that was a perk. That
I don't know. I've never seen that before.
I don't
know.
Yeah.
Charlie, cumulative 5 months of a member.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
That is so cool. Thank you, Charlie. Sorry, I just like zoned out for a second, but trying to think if we like missed anything.
I mean, Cobra Kai, I think, would have gotten a lot of votes.
I know, yeah, everyone here.
I think that's probably the 5th spot. If not, it would overtake House of Dragon, Cobra Kai.
Maybe. I really feel like House of the Dragon, like, I'm hoping that people don't treat it like Solo. You know, the boycott or refusing to watch it because you're not pleased with previous content. I feel like I'm hoping that everyone goes into House of the Dragon hoping that it's going to be good, and that it is good, and then the fandom is reinvigorated. I hate the place that our Game of Thrones fandom is in right now. Like, everyone's just has a bad taste in their mouth, doesn't want to talk about it. I miss the days when, like, Game of Thrones, like, was all we could just talk about. Like, I would literally, like, watch on Sunday nights and then go into school the next day, and we would have a huddle, and we would, like, debrief and talk about it together. I miss that so much. I want it to be like that again. I guess we can end this poll. There we go. So, yeah. I don't know. I have hope. I'm trying to be optimistic. And I also wasn't, like, salty like some people about the Game of Thrones finale. I'm saying, I'm really tempted to rewatch the whole show again and rewatch the finale. I feel like I handle it better. If I didn't like something initially, after waiting for it for a long period of time, I've found that when I watch everything back to back to back, I appreciate it more after not having to wait so long to watch it. Like I said about the sequels, like I like watching them more as a marathon now, because you're not waiting years for it to happen, and God forbid you don't like certain elements of it. It's like, I waited so long for this and I'm not happy about XYZ, versus if you could just watch it all back to back. So I feel like the same would happen with Game of Thrones. I need to just re-watch it all, even though that's such a time commitment. That would really take a while, but I feel like I'm ready. Like, I'm in a place where I feel like if I rewatched it and then watched the final season as a marathon versus having to wait for a year, I might have more respect for it.
Matt Rose says it gets too much hate.
Matt Rose! Agree!
Matt.
Also, thanks for being here again.
Matt. You're telling me that they hyped up the Night King and the army.
We don't want to spoil.
Of the undead. Everyone's seen it. I'm spoiling it.
All right, well, spoiler alert for Game of Thrones.
You'd rather have me tell you the ending than actually waste the time and watch it yourself. But Matt, you're telling me that they hyped up the Night King as the big bad and the end all be all of the show, just for him to break through the wall and get axed in back-to-back episodes. The giant season finale is them bursting through the wall, and then the next episode they're in, he's dead. What say you, Matt?
I don't know if that's so much a testament to how easy it was to take them out. I saw that as more of a look how badass this character is who gets to strike the final blow. I did find that episode to be very unrealistic, though, for many reasons, but it's fine. I'm not going to talk about it. Not gonna talk about it. And there was still more conflict at hand. It wasn't just... I don't know. I love Game of Thrones so much. Listen to me. I'm sitting here defending it. I don't even believe everything that I'm saying, but I'm just defending it.
I think that they just went strictly for surprise factor and tried to go a route that like no one was expecting to happen. But I think if they just did like what the story called for, which was, in my mind, the like feeble humans would have to set aside their familial differences and band together to fight the army of the dead.
And
then the majority of them would die, and then there would be a couple of them left to rebuild the world. And there'd be this giant battle to end all, and that would be it. But instead they were like, ooh, let's have that giant battle where the humans are drastically outnumbered and overwhelmed. And if you do the math in the beginning, literally the army of the dead should have just ran straight into the walls and then knocked Winterfell to the ground, and then it would have been over. Yeah, that's my take. But yeah, Matt, I agree. People anticipate shows with way too much and unreachable expectations.
Sal, good point. What We Do in the Shadows. Yes. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite shows. That's my go-to lighthearted show on top of, because I love drama. I admittedly don't like watching comedies. I would say Cobra Kai is like one of the most lighthearted things that I watch. Everything else, I'm like, give me hardcore drama. But What We Do in the Shadows is like perfect for my comedy fix, but also still in that dark, like mockumentary vein. Ah, good point. Are we getting another season this year? Because I feel like it took so long between, what was it, the second and third season? There were 2 seasons, and the third one just came out. I don't know. I can't keep track.
Yeah, Alice has a good point. It's the same as the ending of the last Star Wars movie. You can't please everyone. Yeah, except I was like watching Rise of Skywalker for the first time. You know, I was really into it.
I loved it.
Up until the final battle at Exegol. And then it just like, it was like building this huge climactic moment, and then like Ben shows up, Palpatine dies. They kiss.
Spoiler.
Ben disappears. And some grandma asks Rey who she is, and she's a Skywalker. And then it's Return of the Jedi ending part 2, except like way worse. Like they literally cookie cuttered Return of the Jedi ending and made it worse. Major.
We're not here to complain about the big.
No, I said that I loved the movie up until the climax, and then after the climax, it just tanked. Just totally tanked.
We get it. Hey guys, do you all like dark drama? You should see Chris Evans on Apple TV. It's a good series. Which one? Is that the one where he's a lawyer? We don't have Apple TV, and I want to get it. Okay. New poll. Should...
Are you going to ask people for their Apple TV?
No. Should we get Apple TV?
Okay, let me vote.
Because I want to watch Ted Lasso. I want to watch the man, the myth, the legend, the goat himself, Jason Momoa. Tom says no. We watched like the first episode of that when we were visiting with friends a couple months ago, and it looked really intriguing. I want to watch that. I want to watch Foundation with Lee Pace. That show looks amazing. If you have seen that show, please let me know if it's good and if it's worth downloading Apple TV for. I think I said Ted Lasso.
Yep.
There's a lot of other good shows on there, though, that I feel like I'm forgetting. Like The Morning Show. Like, it looks like there's a lot of good stuff. The only good thing on Apple TV is Long Way Up, Down, and Across, says Alex. Oh no, that's not a good sign.
Thank you, Dropout.
No, Apple TV is trash. Depressed Spider-Man is here.
Depressed. How depressed are you? I'm still depressed.
About what?
He was the one that I was bonding with last week over my pajama pants I was wearing.
Oh, I forgot.
And I'm sure that he watched, as we did, or as I did, the most painful football game I've ever watched. And the Cowboys have plenty of painful playoff games, but that one takes the cake.
I'm sorry,
I think, in terms of just like unbelievable shooting yourself in the foot ending. But anyway.
To all you fellow Cowboys fans, I'm sorry, not sorry, though. I was rooting against them. Don't tell Tom. 10 out of 10 says depressed.
Unreal.
Hi, Ken and Tom. What have I missed? Jared, what's up? Yo, that guy who played Cal Kestis. What's up? Yo, wait, guys, low key. I'm trying to have him on my channel. I'm literally trying to have the celeb on my channel. Comment below if we should, please. Like, truly. Also, go subscribe to him. I was gonna share. I'm gonna do it after this. After we sign off, I will share. He made an incredibly awesome video. First of all, his channel deserves like a bajillion more subscribers. I don't know like what is happening, but we need to fix that. I don't even have a bajillion subscribers, but he deserves them. No, don't do it. No, why did you do that?
I'm good.
Mom, I'm sorry. Tom deleted your comment.
That says message deleted by Catherine LaSalle, I believe.
You're so mean. She knows who actually deleted it. But yes, anyway, I'm trying to have that guy who played Cal Kestis on the channel. Whether you guys want to or not, it's happening, so.
Yeah, the fan film was awesome.
Yes,
really well
I would love. I want to talk so much more about it. That would be so much fun. So I'm seriously trying to get a stream in the works. But in the meantime, go subscribe to him, and I promise after this I'm gonna share the super incredible video that he made. I can't even say enough kind things about it. All right, she's at least laughing. She's not angry at you.
I didn't do anything.
You can always move to Canada and play ice hockey if you get sick of football. Yeah.
No,
Maybe.
no. This 20, actually, I gotta change the poll, because the most film or TV thing I'm looking forward to this year is the World Cup.
Oh, that's a good point. Oh, yes, let's see. Should we get Apple TV? Most people said no. I'm stunned, but I really want to watch Ted Lasso.
Because people realize the world, these things cost money. Is it worth it when you have all these other streaming services to watch stuff on?
How much is Apple TV? It's like $6, right?
Yeah, $6 a month times 12 months. You know how much that is?
6 times 12. No, I'm not doing this wrong. Right, never mind. Ignore me. I can't do mental math. Give me 1 sec. Give me 1 sec. Give me 1 second. All right. I was going to say 62. It's 72, so I was off by 10. This is why I don't do math, guys. It's $4.99, says Julian. Let's go. It's not even that bad. Tom with the money moves. Cat does math. Yep. Nope. Definitely not. I got a year of Apple TV free with my PS5. Why didn't we get that? Oh my god, she doesn't know 6x12. You know what, guys? Last time I took math.
That's your mom, by the way.
Seriously, I'm aware. I'm aware. The only person who's truly allowed to roast me is her. So, the last time I seriously did math, I was in my teens. I was 18, all right? And that was the end. No. I don't even think I took math. I don't think I had math my senior year. No, I definitely did.
You had forensics, right?
I had forensics. That's science.
You didn't do math in forensics?
Maybe simple stuff. Like measuring blood drops. That was it. Like, it's nothing that intense. Tom, get it for her, let her binge, and then cancel it. Take advantage of the free trial. Maybe that's what I have to do. But free trials are so tough because it's a free trial and then it automatically just signs you up. And then you gotta go through 50 bajillion steps to cancel it. It's never just a free trial. There's always something.
We free trial a lot of other stuff and are well beyond the free trial.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
We do math every day subconsciously. I don't think I do. I don't think my brain is included in that. But what are we without math? Just ask Doctor Strange, who was schooled by Spider-Man's math. That's true.
That's true. It's a good point, Sean.
And Doctor Strange was a brilliant man. Well, do we want to, any final, want to wrap it up?
Well, I guess to summarize, Kenobi wins, then Batman, then Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I guess that was the moral of
Those are the three most anticipated things.
Today's.
So, if we had to weight them and scale them, Kenobi's, far and above the winner.
I agree.
Right,
There's so much riding on it.
Yeah.
It was like the energy.
So,
Thanks,
that's
corpse.
Great.
The way we both just enthusiastically said corpse. You wouldn't happen to be related to corpse husband, would you? That guy. Corpse husband is like a persona. People love him. Girls throw themselves at him. He has not revealed his face on the internet. Just like pictures of like his hands, his hair. Like everyone is obsessed with corpse husband, right? I'm trying to make, I'm making sure this.
No.
I don't know if he's a YouTuber, but he's like done YouTube interviews and they like truly cover his face. Corpse husband, yeah, like he never posts like anything. That's probably what he kind of looks like.
Well, Corpse's avatar there has just hands.
Maybe? Yeah, like he posts stuff like this.
See if that picture's on.
I don't think it is. It's not the same. They're just similar corpses.
Huh. Oh, okay.
But anyway, thank you for the super chat. Glad you like
Look,
the energy.
See the smiley face. So maybe it is.
I don't know if it is. I'm just cracking up that I've never heard two people so enthusiastically say corpse at the same time. But I'm happy for this to be a once a week Cat Tom talk shop. Thank you so much, Charlie. We're so excited, and I'm so grateful that you guys have already tuned in back-to-back weeks.
It's a lot of fun.
So let us know what topics. Feel free to drop them once this video the stream gets posted. Feel free to comment on this, but I'll probably also do a very last minute community post next week to hear your guys' thoughts on topics. But I don't know. Do we want to bring back another debate next week? We didn't really debate.
I mean, you were trying to argue the Lord of the Rings or Kenobi, and I'm gonna put my foot down. Stomp so the neighbors can hear me.
Stop.
Putting my foot down and saying that Kenobi is there's way more excitement and anticipation for Kenobi. That I will say the one caveat is there's a track record of the creators that are going to be creating the show versus Lord of the Rings does not have any kind of track record of things being ruined. I mean, you think the Hobbit are not
all
good,
right, I've come around, all right?
But like, it's not from a story thing. Like, your thing is the CG.
No, yeah, I just can't stand the CGI, but that's my own issue. That doesn't make them bad movies. Yeah. Although other people would disagree with me. There's a lot of people who thought the Hobbit trilogy should have just been one movie. I feel like I've seen complaints that they just like stretched it out too much, but we can debate that another time. Yeah. We can talk about that another time. Yeah. No, I'm saying though, Lord of the Rings, we've been waiting so long for this and we don't know what's next, if anything. This might be it. It's been decades since we've gotten Lord of the Rings content. This is going to be it. And it's not like Marvel or Star Wars are right now where that's a pipeline and it's like, all right, we have 4 shows coming out this year. Like, this could be all we get for the next several years, considering how long it took them to develop this one. Kenobi, obviously I'm so excited, but Star Wars is in a place right now where even if for some fluke, freak accident reason, I don't like the show, which I'm predicting is not going to happen, But God forbid, if I don't end up liking it, there's plenty more Star Wars shows in the pipeline.
No, not related to Kenobi.
No, and it would be a shame.
You can't treat Star Wars as a whole.
Yes, but all I'm saying is Star Wars is Star Wars. All right, okay, you know what? That's my point. That's it. I don't think I'm gonna not like Kenobi. I think it's gonna be amazing, and I am looking forward to it. So we're gonna sign off now that Tom is enraged. You're not even making notes. He's not even making notes. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. The old school Hobbit cartoon was the best. That movie is really scary though.
Watto's not having it.
Okay, you know what?
Watto's not having it.
Thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Let us know. Kenobi is on its own tier level. I agree, Alice. I agree. I feel like it's going to be a huge event.
You do agree?
I'm with Tom on the Kenobi debate. Sorry, Kat. I understand. I understand. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just saying. I'm hyped for different reasons for both of them. The stakes are high for separate reasons for each of these shows. So, but I feel like they are going to be equivalent levels of epicness, and that's all I want. So, well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow if I can get my Book of Boba Fett reaction up in a timely fashion. It's really hard for me because I like stay up so late to film them, and then I like sleep in late because I'm exhausted, and then like wake up and try to like speed edit to get it out. So, but regardless, I will hopefully see you guys with a reaction tomorrow. I hope everyone enjoys tonight's episode if you're staying awake for it.
Yeah. Before we go, do you guys have any predictions or anything?
Good point. What? I just love the way you asked that.
What?
Good point. Predictions. Send them in now. Tonight's episode. I'm predicting we're going to find out what happened to the Tuskens. Actually, my prediction is this. The Pikes knew that that other gang with the speeder bikes, they either knew or hired that gang to take out the Tuskens. And Bubba's going to find that out. And that's going to be paralleled with now he has to fight the Pikes real time. And he's going to, all of that inner anguish and anger towards them for killing his tribe is going to come out. That's my prediction. I think that the Pikes are in it somehow. So, or we're going to go and see him totally obliterate that gang that destroyed the Tusken camp. So, hashtag justice for Tuskens. Agreed. I agree.
I think Kira, Daniel Logan.
Oh, Go Power Rangers. Maybe. I'm sure that's not the last that we'll do.
There's bodyguards now, so they're going to be rolling around. They're going to be sticking around for the rest of the show.
Have Josh and Theory on the stream for a discussion on Kenobi and Cobra Kai. Yeah, they wouldn't want to come on.
That'll be fun. That'll be awesome.
That'd be fun. Actually, I gotta go watch Theory's video that he just put out with the creators of Cobra Kai, so I'm sure that's a good video. So, well, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. My prediction is Boba going rage mode. Agreed, Sean. Boba meets the Trandoshan Aqualish and Clan groups at dinner. Oh, yes, probably.
Yeah, I could see that happen in this episode too.
Yeah, he needs to form some alliances. So, well, we'll find out. The Rancor is going to turn into a Megazord. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think last episode set a good trajectory for the remainder of the show, and they're kind of kicking into high gear. So,
drop out for a second. I thought your avatar was the like evil monkey guy from Powderpuff Girls. But it's a tiger. I don't know how I missed that, but
alrighty.
All right, I'm gonna shut up.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. On that note, I hope you all have a great night, day, morning, evening, 3 o'clock in the morning, wherever you are. May the force be with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for next week, and of course, leave your comments below for topics that you would like to hear us discuss in the next episode. And until then, thank you all so much, and we'll catch you guys soon.
Have a good night. See you guys next week.
Bye, guys.